The motb is not hegemony. I'll make this real quick. Anyway, this is a video from on YouTube, IUIC Tallahassee, and they're teaching I guess it's an indoor class, and the title of the video is Iran rejects the motb. And I just want to let you listen to somewhat of this. Basically, this is a 25-minute video. When you listen from the beginning, and they make a lot of good points, so I give them credit on that. But then, right around the 13th minute of the video, they say that the motb is basically hegemony. Now, when you look up the word hegemony, it means one country having dominance over another country or countries. And then they speak about America, which is true. That's the definition, you know. Anyway, they're saying that the motb is hegemony. And in this video, they say that Iran is not having it. So what they're saying is that Iran is not going to accept the motb. Now it says in Revelation, the 15th chapter, all in the first 2 verses, and then also in Revelation, the 16th chapter, the first couple of verses, it speaks about also in Revelation, the 14th chapter, 8 verse on down, it speaks about, in Revelation 13, it speaks about not taking the motb, and then in Revelation 14 and 9, excuse me, Revelation 15, 1 and 2, Revelation 16, 1 and 2. These 3 precepts that I've mentioned are referring to the motb. If you don't take it, it says that them that rejected the motb and the beast and the image shall sit, I'm merely paraphrasing, on a sea of glass, you know, looking down at the destruction of Babylon the Great, because they refuse the motb. That's what it says. So that means that the people of Iran are going to be up on stand on the sea of glass and fire, looking down at the fire? No, because the people of Iran are not Israelites. They're Elamites, Persians, so you can understand. So, in watching this video, if you understand and know what the motb really is, then right here you should say, well, these guys are going off. As I said, I'll say it again, I'll give them credit. They hit them from the beginning of the video up until the 13th minute of the video. They're on point. And then they go into that whole thing about the motb, that is something that you put your mind into, or put your hand, your right hand, meaning your power, into, and it's clearly going off. So let's listen.
I gotta make sure I'm pronouncing this word correctly. Oh no, it's right there. Hegemonic system. We're gonna show you what the hegemonic system is in the Bible. Give me Revelation chapter 13, and I want start at verse 15. We're gonna read down.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15.
Come on.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship.
And by the way, when you watch these IUIC videos, especially with Bishop Nathaniel he goes into the image and he says it's a picture of Caesar Borgia, and it says that the image will be able to speak. Well, ain't no picture Caesar Borgia is going to be able to speak. Now you can say, well, it says in what is that, Habakkuk 2:18, they make the dumb idols and the teacher of lies. You can use that, but that's not talking about that. That image is talking about it says, I believe it's also in Revelation 13, it says the image of the beast that was slain. That's talking about the Roman Empire. So the image is the Roman system. That's why you have a Senate. That's why you have the president is also known as the commander-in-chief. And the word commander in Latin is emperor. That's what the word means. So the president of the United States will be an emperor, a commander. Anytime you say a commander, that's one of the titles of a president, commander-in-chief. The word there in the Latin is emperor. So let's listen on.
The image of the beast should be killed.
Come on.
And he causeth all, both small and great.
It says he causeth all. Remember, the hegemonic system is that country that's leading the whole world, all the other countries. Scripture said he causeth all, come on.
Rich and poor,
Uh-huh.
free and bond,
Read.
to receive a mark in their right hand.
That's going into that death and hell, making that agreement with your right hand. That's what that's talking about right there. Read.
Or in their forehead.
Or in their foreheads, meaning what? You believe in those demonic ways, those ways that's going to bring forth death. Right. Read.
And that no man might buy or sell.
Meaning what? They're going to have dominion. They're going to have dominion when it comes to trade. You understand? The traffic, like it says in Ezekiel 28. All right, it says that America, they would be the leaders. They are going to be the ones that's going to call the shots. Now, do me a favor. Scroll up to the top. Come on. Read that.
U.S. hegemony has failed miserably, and sanctions amount to crime against humanity.
Right, sanctions. What is...
Okay, so you just read the article. I guess it's RT. It went back so quick. Matter of fact, let me go back to it. Bear with me for a second. Okay.
Scroll up to the top. Come on. Read that.
U.S. hegemony.
Yeah, that's RT. It says U.S. hegemony has failed miserably, and sanctions amount to a crime against humanity. Iran's president says in fiery UN address. Oh, now UN is part of the ESOR system. The UN was established at first as the League of Nations, and I believe that was after World War I. That was an idea that came from ESOR, the European nations, including the U.S., and it was thrown out. Nobody accepted it, and then I believe it was after World War II that they came up with the same concept of the UN, meaning the League of Nations. They changed the name to the UN, United Nations. Same thing. What they do is they take something, you reject it, they take it back, they repackage it, give it another name, but it's the same. The UN is nothing but the League of Nations, set a different way. So the nations accepted it. So, and Iran, by the way, is part of the is a signatory, has a seat in the UN. So according to how you break it down, doesn't that mean that the people of Iran have the motb? Because this September passed, a couple of months ago, they had the General Assembly around the second, third week of September, and Iran was there. They were there the year before that, 10 years ago. And if this place is still here, come next September, Iran's going to be there in the seat. And then everybody knows that the UN it was set up by Babylon and the European. That's a European idea. All right? So I guess they took the MOTB. No, the MOTB is an actual physical thing that's going to be put in your right hand or left hand or forehead or butt cheek. So you can literally buy or sell. This is what the whole, what do you call it? What is it? The CBDC central bank. What is it? The digital currency. That's what they're talking about. So eventually, your paper dollars are going to be good enough to wipe your ass with, and that's about it. You can't buy or sell with it. You buy or sell through the the Bitcoin, the digital currency. And when you go to pay for something, you're going to ultimately use your hand to swipe your hand on a device like you do a credit card. Now they say the credit cards, instead of swiping it, you put it underneath the device, and it's called, if you have a chip, or you got a chip on the card, So eventually that chip is going to be put in your hand. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Has failed miserably, and sanctions amount to crime against humanity.
Right, sanctions. What are some of those sanctions? Those sanctions are going into those tariffs that they put, or those embargoes that they put on these countries, saying if you don't agree, you understand, in the right hand and in your mind, all right, we're going to put these blocks on you. Right. And now they're speaking up against the mark or the hegemonic system.
Yeah, but did they take their signature off of the UN agreement that they have? Huh? Are they going to say we're not going to the UN General Assembly? No, they're still a part of the system, man. They're still a part of the system.
Hegemonic market of beast, they're one and the same. And guess what?
That's not true. That's not true. And you're going to find out the hard way, because when you're going to find out when they actually set up just like they're pushing the jab, which is a forerunner for the MOTB. When they set up those stations, you're going to start going to all the GMS videos dealing with the MOTB.
What? The nations are getting upset. This is just the beginning of it. Go to the next article for me.
This is AlJazeera.com.
So like I said, if, and I'm going to close it on this. Like I said, if Iran actually and other nations rejected it, then there'll be, the fulfillment will be in Revelation, the 15th chapter. Revelation 14 and 9, Revelation 15, 1 and 2, Revelation 16, 1, 2. It speaks about, I believe it's the first 3 verses maybe. I'm not going to go to it. Somebody can put it in there. But in the comment section, it says that anybody that receives the MOTB, they're going to receive a grievous sore in their right hand. So what does that mean? It's actually talking about a cancer when you look it up. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.